I finally got a sub 11 PB, and I still hate this PB so much. Oh my goodness. Dude, I keep saying every time I get a new PB that this is my least favorite PB. Loki, I'm about to say it again, but like honestly, like I didn't play the seed too bad, but at the same time, I'm just gonna say I played the seed really bad. I think you can already see it at the very start here. This is a ruined portal seed with food and iron pick, so this is probably the most free seed to sub 10, and that's probably making you wonder why I didn't even sub 10 in the first place, and we'll figure that out once we get there. And I already don't like this first part of the run. I tweaked out in the crafting because I hit the wrong slot one time, and there's this gold block. I don't have any blocks to get up there, so like I kind of start messing around here, and I'm like losing time just trying to get this gold block. Like, and I take fall damage. Like, it's so dumb, bruh. I it's just not good. I don't like this. This is standard play. Honestly, if I didn't mess up getting the gold block, this would be a sub one enter like pretty easily. Um, what else? We can talk about the other parts of the run when we get there. One part I don't like, why this is not a sub 10 seed. I failed the zero at the end, and that's completely my fault because I was just panicking at the time, and I'll explain when we get there. But another thing is that my opponent DCs or disconnects in the middle of the run. So honestly, if they got to play the whole run, they might have beaten me before I PB'd, which is why I don't like this PB that much. Because I know like any normal person would have gotten a PB out of this seed, because the seed is just kind of free, right? But yeah, going into the Bastion here, I already make a misplay. Uh, just off rip, when you go to the Bastion, you should be recognizing that that's a bridge, but I didn't recognize it at the time. So, and I thought this was housing. So look at me break this chest, thinking I'm gonna about to start my housing route, and it's not. So I start panicking here. Honestly, good on me at least for like somehow avoiding all of those piglins. And I think the better part here is that once I go to the back, I do the chunk thing to basically figure out where to dig for the gold pile or the gold chalice, which is good good on me for remembering that basically. So yeah, 2 minutes into the bastion. This is pretty fast. Since I don't know what the left side is, and I know the right side is already a triple, I pretty much just send Sug here because it'll take too much time to try to verify if the other side is a triple. There's this like DK pivot strat that I've seen top players do where it's like they set up the first part of DK, which is the staircase, but once they figure out it's not a triple, they will just mine the gold block there instead and then just pivot into Sug. But I haven't learned that, so yeah. Oh my goodness! Oh yeah, there was this misplay. I forgot I like jumped too far. So now I'm trying to save myself by throwing gold. At least I didn't die. That's like the important part here. I didn't die doing the setup. I am about to die trying to set up this route, which is honestly kind of scuffed. I kind of wanted to auto funnel here, but like I remembered that I already looted these chests, and that's what makes it such a bad misplay. If I recognize it was bridge, I'd save more time going into the chalice, and then I would even save even more time by just setting up auto funnel, and then I could loot these chests while all the piglings are funneling into the hole. So yeah, there's just so much time saved to go around here, and my opponent being DC doesn't help. Like I I'm kind of expecting to lose here because this is such a fast seed. Uh, but somehow they DC'd, and this is just like a free win if I play it correctly. And that's what makes it so dumb. Like, I know I can play in a level that's like sub 10 pace, but like, every time I get one of those seeds, I just play like suboptimally, and it like pisses me off so much. But, at the time, I'm like, how do I say it? When I was doing this run, I was in the middle of like a 7-hour live stream. It was a long day for me because I had all the free time. And I was not having a good session. I think I had less. I was like 8 for 10 in terms of win rates. So I lost 10 games and won 8 games. So I didn't get my elo back. I went from 1390 to 1350 at the end of the day before I had to stop streaming and then watch playoffs, right? So it wasn't going that well. I even got like a 25-minute time in the middle of that session, and then suddenly like a few games after I get this run, which is like a 10-minute PB, which is nice. Going into the fortress here, I do make another misplay by throwing a bad pearl. Yeah, it just goes over the thing, and I have to throw another pearl. And then there's this one. That was so much fall damage for no reason. There was no reason. Also, I just realized I had a gold brick the entire time, but I did not use it in the bastion. That's actually kind of dumb because I could have done the route faster. And then there's this part. I'm literally tweaking out on this blaze, and the blaze rod just falls off the side now. So that's just -1 rod. I'm playing so bad right now, and I kind of realized it in the moment that like this run is so bad. I don't want it to PB, but like realistically, just looking at the pace, like I could PB if like the rates go well. I don't remember how the rates go well. It's like 1 for 2 right now, and then 1 for 3. 1 for 4, 1 for 5. I'm right? No, it's 2 for 5. Yeah. Anyway, I start tuking out here in the blaze bed setup because I don't have my bricks out, so it's like I waste a spawn cycle kind of because there was that one blaze just now. It's just not that good. My opponent's already back in the game, so they're just behind. Apparently their PC crashed, which is kind of crazy to happen. I don't know how it crashed, but whatever happened to them, like they honestly should have gotten this win. And I'm just saying that because I'm assuming every runner I'm playing against is a capable runner. So like, most of the time I'll assume I'm the worst. I'm like a worse player than them. So if I end up playing well, it's like my opponent, if they didn't die or they didn't crash, they would have just won the seed and probably gotten a PB over me. So yeah. What else can I talk about? Okay, let's talk about the zero. I did mention at the beginning that this should have been a sub 10, but it wasn't a sub 10 because I built out of the zero. The zero was a front 1-8, 1 and 8. So like it was a front straight dragon. Overhang by the way. So technically it should have been free, but I didn't have that many blocks and I kind of panicked while speed bridging, and I ended up having to like pivot into half bowing. And it's not like it was like a justified misplay or whatever, or a justified panic because I had obby for extra blocks, but my brain just does not recognize that I can use obby for bridging. Mostly because in practice I'm always using bricks because the practice map I always have like a stack of bricks in my inventory. So like I haven't trained myself to like speed bridge with other blocks or even use other blocks in general for doing the setup, and that's something I just have to learn. So yeah, it kind of sucks. Going back into the run here, I do need to get more wood because I didn't have that much wood in the beginning. I mean, during the start of the run, I used a lot of wood to do the Bastion route, which is kind of a misplay. I think I could have gotten netherrack, and then I didn't have to mine the wood here, and I could have honestly just pre-crafted during the fortress split. But yeah, my pre-crafts aren't too bad, I guess. Not too fast either because kind of start messing around with the full inventory, which is kind of hard to handle when you have a lot of beds. Going into cords, the cords is the most free thing ever. It's like 1 pearl. I'm literally a few blocks out, and I made gold picks, so like I can just mine into the cords. So I'm just being spoon fed like a good seed here. Like this is just a lucky seed. If you don't die and you play well, you win. Honestly, a lot of my like potential sub 10 runs are just literally that, which I kind of don't like because I kind of wanna have an impressive sub 10 where it's like you have to work hard to get that sub 10. Like that's a real sub 10 to me personally. Of course, everyone has a different like standard of what they want for a sub 10 run. Like some people just want to spam ruin portal and all that. But honestly, I just want like a hard run to complete that is still a sub 10. That's like the most impressive thing to me. Now, I didn't hit the stronghold here. I don't know what happened. I think I was a bit too high. And I go in the wrong direction here because it's in the other way. So I lose even more time. Somehow I forgot I had gold picks in the first place. So I didn't use gold picks to mine down, so that's even more time lost. Well, I think what's even worse is that I didn't even put the gold pick in my inventory or in my hotbar once I entered the end. So if the spawn was a buried setup, I'd lose time just trying to get my gold pick into my second slot. So it's actually just misplaced all around here. At least it's an insta nav, but like the nav is pretty free as well. So I think I'm still being spoon fed a really good seed. But here we go. Once we get to the zero, I do the hotbar setup while pearling. I've been practicing that. It's pretty good. But I do panic when it comes to getting the cords here. Honestly, I throw a second pearl here, but I've been traumatized by Enderman, so like I try to not do any second pearls anymore. But like, yeah, I'm just tweaking out here. I'm panicking.
God, no, I can't
You
handle
know,
it.
at least I don't
No, I
die.
can't handle it.
But now we
Okay,
just
fine, I
pivot
can
into
handle
half
it.
bow, which is like kind of sad. It is what it is. I do not. I do. Oh, but my aim here was pretty bad. Like I think I missed 2 shots here. Missed this and I missed the next one. Yeah, but I think after this I lock in and start hitting these first try, which is kind of nice. At least my aim is kind of okay, I guess. Honestly, this could have been a sub 10 still if the dragon if I was just really lucky and the dragon immediately started perching after I pearled. I think I'm not sure. It could have been a low 10. I'm not really sure. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the seed. I've been yapping so much, but like, let me think about what else I can improve on. If we want to summarize what went wrong, overall was a bit slow because I was tweaking out with the gold block and the crafting. Bastion, a lot of things went wrong. I looted the rampart instead of recognizing bridge, so I should have started it early. And the bastion route should have used the gold pick so I can mine faster and set up for auto funnel. Um, Fortress was okay, but I tweaked out on getting the blazes, so there's that. I did use too much wood, so I could have probably saved that. Uh, Going to chords was fine, I guess, and the end game I could have completed the zero. So
Let's
yeah.
go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Sub 11! Finally! Let's go! Bang! Oh my goodness! Let's go! Finally! Oh my goodness, bro! Bro, finally!